I'm back again. This is Africa's Diaspora Online Network. Yeah, today has been a beautiful day. I was watching today the town hall meeting organized by Chinese Television, featuring His Excellency Peter Obi and his running mates, and it was an opportunity for Nigerians from different sectors to be asking different questions, And I was really impressed that this is what we need. This is what we need from all other aspirants, from Senator Bola Tinubu, His Excellency Abubakar. All of them, they should all come out and engage the people, engage us, and tell us what they want to do. They should let us know their plans. That is how it's supposed to be, not going, but traveling to going to London, to the UK, go to Chatham House and pre-arranging and arranging interviews, or going to the US, trying to see the personal assistant to the Secretary of State. No, engage the people. Engage the people. This is what we really need. Engage the people. Tell us what you want to do. Tell us what you can do. Tell us what your draft is, that we know and vote and know another person to vote for. This is how it's supposed to be. Look, I will play some clips. I will play some clips so that you can choose for yourself. You decide for yourself. Decide for yourself. These people, they have their own plan now. They are saying, okay, this is what security. This is what we think we can do. In health sector, this is what we think we can do. In unemployment, in the national economy, in the power grid, this is what we can do. This is what is on board. This is what we are planning. What others, I don't know. I don't know. In fact, they are campaigning, go up and down. They are not saying anything they want to do. I've watched some of the campaigns. They've not said anything tangible that people can really bring out. Okay, this is what these people want to do. I have not seen nothing. I have not seen. We should all be involved. This is our country. This is our country. We have to make things right. Now is the time. If we fail now, what are we going to do? If we fail now, what are we going to do? If we fail now, so let's get it right. Let's get it right. We have to get it right. Those people, anywhere you are, you have to critically examine all the aspirants. Don't say is a Yoruba man, is a Fulani man, is Asian man, is a Edo man, is Igbo man. That is why I want to vote the person. No. Don't use that criteria. Don't use that criteria. What they've done before, who they are right now, and what they want to do. Their plans, their short-term plan, long-term plan, everything. Let's put everything together, and then we will see. And we will see. I was so impressed. At least I watched I think I should say 1.5 of the town hall meeting. This is what we need, and not only for the presidency. Those going for the House of Rep, House of Senate, governors. They should all do things like this. Town hall meetings, engage the public. The questions they ask you directly, not pre-arranged questions. No, these are not pre-arranged questions. Let's see how smart you are. Let's see if you know what you're. Let's see if you can engage the people just like that without pre-arranged questions. That's why I said this evening I will save just a few things, and play some of just a few clips of what I saw today, which for me is good, is interesting. Let me play this first. Let me play this one first. Let's just watch.
The fiscal part of the economy, the policies of the CBN. Who would you blame for that?
Well, I blame the physical side. You know, often at times we blame those who are working when we should blame those who are in charge. I had a situation in Nigeria that I say very often. There was an agency in Nigeria that once bought, this was about 20, 30 years ago. I was involved in a probe. They bought a house. This agency bought a property in United Kingdom. 400, that property is supposed to be 400,000 pounds. But this agency paid 2.4 million pounds. Because this is a property I know, and I knew where that environment, that there's no way a property can cost that much. Because, of course, it's not here that people can do anything. If you Google in London and say, property in this area, they showed me. So I decided I must see to the 8th. In the end, it was clear that there was a directive from a big man who told a young person to pay that price and said that that is the price. So the question became, should we sack this person who, obviously for fear of his job, was doing what the young man said, or do we deal with the big man? Everybody said we deal with you. I said, no, you can't deal with him. He was just merely obeying orders. And in Nigeria, when you don't know where the next thing will come from, you probably do certain things that you ordinarily not do when you know where the next thing will come from. And when I confronted the man, he told me, he said, as I thought this man is giving him this order, his wife was, this happened to him, this happened to him. And if he doesn't obey, they're bundling him back. And then his children will start going to school. So as far as it's concerned, even if he wants 10 times that, he will do it. So I'm not holding fault for doing the wrong thing. But let's go to the source. That's why that is said, if you don't do the wrong thing, those below will not do it.
So, I mean,
and I've done it in another
so if you win the election, the CBN structure as it is today, would you leave it or would you do something about it?
Don't worry what I'll do. The rest assured that I'll do the right thing.
All right. Quickly, because the manufacturer association is...
I'm not giving a different position to Mr. President in waiting. I'm only adding. You said who would he blame? We should blame the head. We should blame the president. That's what His Excellency Peter Obi has been saying. Hold us responsible for anything that happens. In the first 16 years of this democracy, they had the patience to award contracts, even if they were inflated, and be following up and be collecting. Here come the last 8 years of our democracy. They were so pressed for 12 years while they were looking for power, so pressed that they had no time to wait for the contracts to be awarded, if it is roads or bridges. They just wanted cash the next day. That aggravated the actions in CBN, the very, very wide gap that the doctor, economist spoke about. That also informed quick cash, like when there was COVID palliatives, that cash of billions had to go and be changed, and you know this cash is not being given into it, it's directly converted into cash. So there became an era. I said an era, I didn't say government too. I'm not criticizing anybody. There came an era in which they became more and more impatient for quick cash. That was responsible largely for the very sharp increase. Well, you know, like I always say, we've been keeping the records. After the first wave of COVID, when government tried to soften the sit at home, go and study how the dollar jumped from 365 to 485. Find out what happened in Zone 4. Find out what happened to the BDCs all around. These things are there for anybody to verify. In summary, we have suffered the consequences of some people's burning desire to get rich quickly, and the easiest way was manipulation of exchange rate, which already Mr. President in waiting has already said they are going to be merged. No brainer No brainer.
Correct.
Why should people go into risks and long-term investments to make a tiny percentage of what families and friends of the powers that be will make between Wednesday and Saturday when the CBN gives out exchange rate? And these are people who came out to say that everybody who ruled in Nigeria before them was a thief. They came out to be greater.
Well, questions, direct, and direct answers. Not like delegating somebody else to answer for you or to speak for you. These are things we really need. These are the things we need. We have to, as a leader, take the bull by the horn and face it squarely. You know, look at the questions so many questions they were asking there, and they were so direct questions, and they were right on the spot. Somebody asked them, they call you stingy. You are a stingy person. If as a stingy person, will you be able to do the things you are supposed to do? That person still doesn't mean that. How is he stingy? Because he's not wasting the government resources. So calling is stingy because he's not wasting government resources. Oh, come on. Let's wake up. Let's do the right thing. I plead with everyone, pick your PVC. It's high time. I thank God that in because of the interview, said the people that read this up, the youth, there are so many. There's the percentage of the youth are very many. And I believe the youth have been stirred up. They've been stirred up. This is a movement. It's a movement. No, there is no giving up. In the next 47 days, let's put in our best. Spend your time. If you cannot vote, spend your time. Make sure you bring out information. Information is important. What people hear, that is what they are likely to believe. Okay? And push your people. Go to the grassroots. Make sure everybody is involved. Everybody should be involved in this movement. So make sure we bring back good governance and leadership in our country. That is what we are praying for. That's what we need. And we'll be praying for Nigeria. We'll be praying. So now it's not for us to act. It's not for us to act. The ball is in our court. As I said before, God will not come and do it for you. It's you that will do it for yourself. It's you that will make the change. It's you that will go out there, take up PVC and vote the right person. It's you. It's not God. God has given us the knowledge, the ability, the power to effect change anywhere we want to do it. So, as I said, he told Moses, what is in your hand? What is your hand? Straight it, what is in your hand? Don't, what is in your hand? So, we say it's the rod. It's the rod what is your hand that you use? So it's like that. What is in your hand is what you use. The PVC in your hand, that's what you use to change this narrative right now, this bad narrative. This bad narrative. Let's play on that video. Let's just play on that video.
Let's take an economist, Dr. Paul Alaje, who is sending in this question from Lagos.
Your Excellency, there is no economy without energy. Between 2016 to 2022, Nigerians are now paying more for energy. Even before Putin occupied Ukraine, the electricity significantly increased. The cost of PMS has also increased. What are you going to do to help Nigeria? President started intervention in power sector. Olusegun Obasanjo started intervention in power sector. President Yaradua, President Jonathan, and now President Buhari, they all have tried their bit, but power seems to be stubborn. How do you intend to overcome darkness in Nigeria and once and for all give Nigeria stable power supply? Are you going to cancel the existing contract with the DISCOs and GENCOs, or what exactly are you going to do to make industry produce more, to improve unemployment, and to make power available for homes for all Nigerians? Your Excellencies, in 2015,
Question. Okay. This power issue is at the center of our economy. We get it right, we get a lot of things right. I'd like you to tackle the issue of power. What would you do?
As you are watching, share the videos.
Well, let me reply what Paul said first. He said he's stubborn. I don't think the power is stubborn. It is the people who are trying to solve it that are not doing the right things. We're not the only country that have power problem. People have solved it everywhere. It's not this is not a rocket science. It's been done in several countries of the world. So why is our own different? Yes, there have been issues where we say that the privatization of the process which was started or completed did not go well, but we're not going to revisit or cancel existing positions. No. We are going to make it work. What do we need to do in power is to unbundle first the transmission line. Because today, we're actually generating up to 10,000. But the transmission line cannot carry that. Support the DISO. We're going to support the GENCOs who are existing, unbundle the transmission line, support the DISCOs to make sure that at least whatever is produced is wheeled and distributed accordingly. That is the first thing you're going to do. And you have to do this strictly under a guideline properly supervised. Then you have to open up like South Africa has done. They have power issue like us. Even when there's 60 million and they're generating almost 40-something thousand, they declared the emergency and said if anybody can generate up to 100 megawatts without license. If somebody who is 60 million generating 40-something thousand, almost 50,000, declare the emergency, who declare war here on power? I say, if you will consume everybody, you will consume us. But we must get power.
You were in Egypt. What did you learn when you went there?
Of course, it's a very easy thing. Egypt did the same thing. Egypt had below about 20,000. They found that if from Arab Springs, one of their studies showed that power is a critical issue. Today, Egypt is generating almost 50,000. In fact, Egypt is exporting power to Europe. If these things can be done around us, South Africa, Egypt, why not Nigeria?
Practically, Mr. Obi, should you win this election in February, in practical terms, how much of power do you estimate that you'll be able to give Nigerians, say after 2 years of being in office?
Go and read my manifesto, is there.
Can you tell Nigerians who have not read it?
It's committed. No, they need to be reading as well.
No, since you have the platform, you can have
when I didn't present it, they said my manifesto is all they want. Now that I've presented, you should read it.
Now you have the opportunity. This is the people's town hall. It's for the people of Nigeria.
I said within 4 years, first 4 years, we'll be able to distribute not less than 20,000. But I can tell you we're going to do far more than that. It's going to be war. We're not going to, like the vice presidential candidate have said, two of us are coming from a different, this is going to be a generational change. We are going to show Nigerians what they've never seen before.
Wow. I like
We have something to say about the issue of power because I'm going to bring another interesting issue from the second question from Paul Elijah.
Nigerians should not be afraid to spend if you're spending correctly and you're going to get value. And this is a national attitudinal revolution.
Wow, I love that. You know, it says a war. This is a war. You get ready. This is a war. When we say war, it's not with gun. No, not with gun. It's your right. It's PVC. You can see what the devil said. This power of a thing. The truth is that during the Obasanjo regime, they spent billions of dollars. They've been spending billions of dollars, and it's just they are wasting money. And I have a friend. He told me he was in Nigeria. He told me that I saw him some years ago anyway, that he made money in Nigeria. I said, he said he made money. He said right now he's retired. That he made a lot of money in Nigeria. Right now he's retired. because of that power, because he was involved in the power sector. He said he said he made money. He said he made money. He just told me, he said he's retired. I was just looking at him. Well, that is it. We Nigerians, we allow people to come in there, make the money, and go away free. He told me before they even contract was not even executed, monies were being paid to him. Too bad. That's Nigeria we live in. Just too bad. But it's high time we wake up. The cops will be a stingy man good. Let it come there and rectify the system. Rectify the old order. Let's change the narrative. That is what we are saying, and that is what we're going to do. By the grace of God, take your PVC, get your PVC, and let's make things happen. Let's change it. Let's change it. We can do it, and surely we can really do it. We can do it. I will play 2 more videos before I go because I just have to. I want people to be aware of what is going on, so that they will know what to do. They will know what to do, because it's so important that we just have to wake up. We really have to wake up. We just have to wake up. It's really important, and you guys want to do it. I want you guys, don't just share this alone. Share it out. Let people see it. Let people share it. Share the video. Let people get involved in it. Let's create awareness. That is what I'm trying to say. Let's create awareness. Let everybody get involved. Everybody, you are in diaspora, get involved. That's what I'm trying to say. Get involved. Let's get our country back. We are not after what we get right now. No. Let's fix the country. Let's fix the economy. This is our country. We just have to do it. Let's do on that video. Let's play on that video. Let's see. I hope this is a different video.
And that you might find it difficult to get things done with that kind of character. How would you respond to that kind of statement?
Well, very simple is that as governor of Anambra State, between the year 2000 and year 2015, the only measure of development that is known globally is Millennium Development Goals. This is a standard benchmark. If you check, when I became governor in 2006, we started implementing it in 2008. So we were late by 7 years. By the time Nigeria stopped in 2015, Anambra was #1. And that includes, I was #1 in education. This is by UNDP, not by Nigeria. By UNDP, I was #1 in education. By Nigeria and WAEC, I was #1. I won Bill Gates Prize in health. This is again not Nigeria that marked it. So I can go on. I had the best road network. In terms of fighting poverty, go and check. Ask Evelyn Oputu. I was the first governor to go to Bank of Industry and say, I want us to do something. I want to put in money here, and you support my micro, small businesses, which is what the governors are seeing today. I and Evelyn Oputu started that. Then, go and ask Magnus Bako, who was in charge of poverty alleviation. I was #1. I'm calling names of people. I can go on and on. But let me tell you about, about that issue. It's good that when my opponents talk, let us talk about corruption. One of the things that is killing this country today is corruption perception index. And that is measured on how you manage public assets, nepotism, how you share the land, how you manage your money and everything. And I've challenged everyone to say, go and see whether there's anywhere a kobo of Anambra State money is missing. Saving have now become an issue. When people have stolen all the money and impoverished the country, and you're now questioning a man who's left the money without anybody telling me to leave it and go.
Mr. Obi, we'll take that as your closing moment because we're totally out of time. But on behalf of China Salvation Partners, the Situation Room, these are charter of demands, one for you and
Wow. We've heard from Prophet Obi. It's the out of the lot, for me, he is the best candidate. Out of the lot, for me, he is the best candidate. It's there for you guys to still make to take and make a choice. But for me, I believe he will do very well. I'm sure he will do better. So from here, I would say, if you're not getting your PVC, go and get your PVC and vote rightly. And those people that can make their vote, pass the message on. Tell your people back in the village, tell your friends that it's time to do the right thing. Share this video, let everybody get involved. Let's make our country back great again. Let me see if I still have another video. I play it, then if it's the same video, I remove it. Let me see.
let's take an economist, Dr. Paul Alaje, who is sending in this question from Lagos.
Your Excellency, there is no economy without energy. Between 2016 to 2022, Nigerians are now paying more for energy. Even before Putin occupied Ukraine.
Yes, I think I played it before. Let me see.
Electricity significantly increased. The cost of PMS has also increased. What are you going to do to help Nigeria? Started intervention in power sector.
Yeah, I played that before. All right, I call it a day. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back for some little update. But share this, follow the page. I said before the rating for this network, for this network, between now and the next 47 days, I'll be coming up to say one or two things because we need to make a change. God bless Nigeria. God bless everyone. And with that, I will say, just a minute. I will say, see you guys tomorrow again. And that's how it is. We are Nigerians. Let's continue to make sure we make it great. Let's continue. We make it great. All right, everyone. Good night. See you guys. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Ciao.
Africa is now our mother. Whether we need to lose it forever. Africa is now our mother. Whether we need to keep it for good. Nigeria is now our mother. Whether love it or lose it forever. Nigeria is now our mother. Whether love it and keep it for good. Freedom is now our mother. Whether we need to lose it forever. Freedom is now our mother. Whether we need to keep it for you. Let me hear you.